Robinhood had their big gold event yesterday. Pretty cool event, some good announcements, one ridiculous one, we're going to talk about that in this video. But today the SoFi community who is freaking out because SoFi is now down 5%, while Robinhood is, well, actually Robinhood is also down today, but only 1% or so. But some members of the SoFi community are freaking out because, oh, Robinhood has released more features. Well, actually the features will only be released later this year in the fall. But okay, we get the point, right? We get the point. The pace of innovation at Robinhood, or the pace of releasing new features and products, is currently much faster than SoFi. And SoFi, seeing that they are a fintech, and they call themselves with Galileo the AWS of fintech, you would have assumed that they would be releasing more products and features at a rapid pace. Correct? Correct. Now, let's discuss all of that in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, hit all the buttons. Would really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description. Any type in comment to the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. And also a special thanks to FinChat. There is a link down in the description for 15% off. So right now, like I said, Robinhood is down 0.8%, has a market cap of just under $40 billion, trading 12 months PE of 30.9 times, and next 12 months 34.1 times. Now, year to date, this is one of the fewer stocks I would say that is still up 12.5% year to date. In the last 6 months, it's still up close to 90% or so. And of course, it has done very well in the trailing 12 months. Now, of course, with Robinhood, you might say, okay, but they will only be doing very well during a bull market and not during a bear market. Well, here on FinChat, we can actually look at that. So FinChat, if you don't know what that is, it's a stock research platform. Now, unlike many other stock research platforms, they offer something that many other platforms, actually, they offer something that none of the other platforms offer, which is this one right here. They're tracking specific segments and KPIs for each and every company. So if we go here and look at Robinhood, we can clearly see what has happened throughout the last couple of years. Bull market, things like options revenue, crypto revenue, even equities, that went up. What happens in the bear market? Well, in the bear market, you can clearly see that basically revenue got almost cut in half and then stayed flat for quite a while. But what happened next? Higher interest rates. So they are making more money. If you look here at net interest revenue, that started to increase quite a lot. But what if you have a mix of higher interest rates and suddenly we enter in a bull market? Well, then you're seeing this. And then, of course, in the last quarter, huge jump when it came to cryptocurrencies. And so now we are at a moment where, okay, we are still probably in a bull market. Lots of people are trading up and down. But what happens if we go back to a bear market, which, to be honest, you know me, we've been talking about recession. I don't think we are anywhere near a huge bear market or a harsh recession. But yes, this could mean that maybe in 2 quarters, 3 quarters from now, some of these segments will get hit. Of course, when interest rates will come down, net interest revenue will probably come down a little bit as well. Although if you have more money coming into the platform, they offer other services, they are working their way around the fact that, oh, Robinhood will only be profitable or can only operate very well during a bull market. And I mean, if we continue to look at other metrics here, total assets under custody, we can clearly see that the strategy is working, right? They're offering extra services, not just trading services, but others as well. And you can see the huge increase in total assets under custody. You can see the same thing here, monthly active users. Although we're nowhere near the peak back in 2021, last quarter was a nice jump. But if you look at average revenue per user, that did start to increase even as monthly active user comes down. So that has bottomed here March 2022. And since then, it has more than tripled. So definitely they're doing something right. Of course, all of that can be found on FinChat. If you want to try it out, you're a new user, you'll get 2 weeks for free on FinChat Pro. And if you want to upgrade and you like the service, you can use the link down in the description to get 15% off. Now, going back to the main issues that people have. Well, first up, I'd like to point out that if you look at Robinhood total employees and SoFi's total employees, well, SoFi has more than double the amount of employees than Robinhood. So Robinhood right now is clearly doing more with less, or at least they're releasing more with less employees. As we've seen with plenty of other companies, sometimes you will have to cut to move faster. Now, something, again, very interesting between both of those companies is that one, you can clearly see certain times during huge bull markets that Robinhood's total revenue beats SoFi and increases quite fast year over year. But what you can also see is that SoFi, no matter what, is growing quite comfortably. So they're not really dependent that much on a bull market or a bear market. You can say the same thing here about gross profit. Steady growth for SoFi. With Robinhood, of course, you have those times where suddenly gross profit and revenue will increase extremely quickly. And now focusing a little bit more on the SoFi side of things. So if we look at some of the products that they're offering, of course, you can split them here in that financial services productivity loop, lending, personal loans, student loans, home loans. I don't know why there aren't any auto loans, but okay. Then you look at financial services, SoFi Money, SoFi Invest, Credit Card, Protect, Relay, SoFi at Work. And then the last big part here is the loan platform business. And that's the thing. SoFi did release a pretty huge product 2 quarters ago, but it's not a, how would I say, it's not a consumer facing one, I'd say, right? Loan platform business is not a fancy schmancy robo advisory or something like that Robinhood is announcing, or a personal AI assistant on the platform. No, but this is a very big deal, as we've discussed in yesterday's video. Now, of course, if we focus on the tech platform, if you focus on Galileo, we know that has been lagging. We know that has been, slow growth, right? Even though in 2024, that did re-increase a little bit, going from 11% year-over-year growth to 15% year-over-year growth, although it's 15% from that 11%, so not that much. But here as well, why isn't Galileo moving faster? And by the way, some of the things that Robinhood is offering is powered by Galileo. So win-win, I would say. But when you're saying, look, we are the AWS of fintech, when you're saying that, you have to back it up. You have to back it up. And yes, if you listen to the last earnings call, if you look at the guidance for this year, especially for the bottom line, you know that this year is going to be an aggressive year for SoFi. How aggressive remains to be seen. Now, we know from a couple of quarters ago, maybe a year or so ago, that SoFi are probably working on some products, right? They said here, for the 2023 through 2026 time period, we see 20 to 25% compound annual revenue growth, assuming no meaningful change in the macro environment and no significant new business launches or acquisitions, such as SMB checking and savings, SMB lending, a broader asset management business, insurance, a broader credit card portfolio, new technology verticals for the technology platform business, or new geographies. So one would assume that all of these things are on the roadmap and all of these things are being worked on right now at SoFi. Of course, some of you have already commented, look, it doesn't make any sense. Why aren't they already releasing business accounts, for example, joint accounts, family accounts, right? Why doesn't that exist already today? Some also will say, options level 1. Yeah. Okay. Again, the pace of innovation could be much better at SoFi, especially if we look at Robinhood. So this is Robinhood's roadmap or previous roadmap. This is, yes, very fast innovation, very fast. They say our product velocity is industry leading and our innovations are democratizing finance. There are here also a couple of acquisitions, but all in all, these are a lot of consumer-facing releases, which means that the consumer sees exactly what's going on. It's not something that happens in the background or, for Galileo, for example, powering other tech companies, fintech companies and stuff like that. No, these are things that users on Robinhood are probably going to see on a daily basis. And so they say, okay, my experience here is just getting better and better. This is something that Robinhood does very, very well. Right? They have 3 product areas: brokerage, crypto, and money. And I mean, again, if you look at the key metrics here, the way that they've been increasing year over year, they're moving extremely quickly, growing in the UK, crypto is opening up in Europe as well. Yeah, you can say bravo to their team. I've been saying this for a while. If Robinhood was available in Belgium, I would probably be using Robinhood at the moment. And yesterday they announced a couple of things. One, Robinhood Banking. Now, Robinhood Banking, just so you know, Robinhood does not have a bank. Robinhood Banking, well, all the banking stuff is done by Coastal something, another bank basically, which again, I mean, you could have used SoFi Bank, but okay, with Robinhood Banking, you can do, well, the classical banking stuff. And here again, checkings, savings account, joint checkings, family account, you can all see this on the platform. One of the big advantages that Robinhood has is, well, UI UX, one of the best, if not the best in the industry. So what do you get here? You receive 4% API on your savings, access private banking services, get peace of mind with 24/7 support, access to a lot of perks, whether it's the Met Gala, Oscars, F1 Monaco, Grand Prix, etc., etc. Some people say, oh, this is mind-blowing, but I think you're getting these types of things on a lot of fintech platforms these days. I think on eToro you get some perks. I think on Revolut you can do some stuff there as well. So okay, it's nice to have. Again, these are consumer-facing things that you're like, oh, great. My experience just became better and better. Why should I go to something else? For sure, it makes sense. But it's also, there are a lot of things here that are, if you compare it to what SoFi is offering, stuff like that, it's not such a big difference. Just like their marketing is quite good and it looks nice. The next one is basically advisory, robo-advisor, things like that. So manage investing, you can see here various screens, very, very nice, very, very easy to use, easy to understand, helping the consumer, yet again, helping the consumer. And then they've also launched Robinhood Cortex AI. Yes, you might have known that name from Tesla. They also have their own Cortex AI. So they say here Robinhood Cortex, an AI investment tool launching later this year that is designed to provide real-time analysis and insights that help you better navigate the market, identify opportunities, and stay up to date on the latest market moving news. So basically what that is, one, you can ask the basic question, why is stock X down? They'll explain it. Maybe they'll even go over earnings reports, 10Ks, 13Fs, you name it, in the future. And then on the other side, you have things that will help you better trade options, for example. It's a lot of the things here are, of course, to incentivize you to trade more, transact more, which again, makes sense for those doing that on the Robinhood platform. The AI stuff is a no-brainer. I think you're going to have that on many other platforms. I mean, even on FinChat, you have a co-pilot, you can ask it questions, go through a lot of filings, and you get a nice summary. And so again, to come back to the main point, Robinhood going forward. Is Robinhood going to be the best company around in bear and bull markets? Remains to be seen. It's definitely better positioned today than it was a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, as you can clearly see, during a bear market, they're going to take a huge hit. Today, the company has evolved, and I think during bear markets, yes, they are going to take a hit, a small one, but they have all the other products that they're offering that could definitely balance that in the future. And yes, I am wearing green because of the obvious reason here. But again, I think there's just too much drama around this. Good event, good marketing, cool products and features. The cash thing that you can order someone to go and grab cash and then deliver it to you, to me, is the most useless feature ever in 2025. I mean, I get it. Some people still use cash for a couple of things. You don't want to go to ATMs. Apparently, ATM crimes in the United States is very, very high. Okay. But still, in 2025, you're releasing such a feature and create so much buzz. Doesn't make much sense to me. 10, 15 years ago, okay, cool. But today, can't remember the last time I went to an ATM, if I'm being honest. I have cash, but I've had cash for a long time and didn't really go to an ATM. Doesn't matter. This is basically my opinion, my thoughts around this whole drama. Bullish on Robinhood's future. I don't own any shares at the moment. Very bullish on SoFi's future. I own a lot of shares at the moment. It's up to SoFi to start moving faster, to start releasing more consumer-facing products at a faster pace. 2025, crucial year. That said, loan platform business, big money maker for the company. Don't forget that just because a stock isn't moving much, another stock is moving more, that you are holding a garbage company. You are competing against the market. You're not competing against another stock. This isn't a sport. Remember that. Stay bullish, stay rational, and I'll see you all in the next one. Check out the links down in the description, and I'll see you, well, tomorrow. Bye-bye.